This is Twit.
Time for our picks of the week. Andy in Notco.
Mine is a simple one and kind of a nice little bit of coincidence. I've been firing up my Roku box again because there was a couple nice new apps got released on Monday for it, and that's when I noticed that PBS has a really cool Roku app. And coincidentally, just this morning, PBS announced that they had released that app for Apple TV, and it's almost exactly the way that you would like a network to create a desktop, a TV app, because you just tell it what your local PBS station is, and you get pretty much every piece of programming that station has available, both the local programming, the front lines, the Austin City Limits, as you can see there, the American Masters, not just what's being shown this week, but also whatever they've got in the library that they still have the rights to stream. So I was able to, I had no idea that this app existed, and it was like I instantly got myself into trouble because I was mentally saying, oh, that was a really great performances, I really want to see that. Oh, that was a really great American Masters, I want to see that. Oh, there's another 2 great American Masters, I want to see those. So this is another reason to add value to your Apple TV. And if you are in any way a PBS fan, it's another reason. It's another thing that sort of checks off your checklist of, oh, so I guess I don't need to have cable TV, or at the very least, I don't need to put cable TV in more than just the living room of my house. It's a really well done app, chock full of content, easy to use, and just I love it.
I'm installing it tonight as a PBS fan. Mr. Rene Ritchie, what do you have for us?
So I am a fan of the aluminum bumpers for the iPhone. There's several companies that make them, and one of them is Draco Design. And this is their new Ducati series, which takes inspiration from the famous motorcycle. And what this does is, I have a gold iPhone, so I got the gold version here. And what this does is it goes around your iPhone like an Apple bumper used to, and it's milled aluminum, so it's very high quality, and it's got a gold finish to match, but it comes in a variety of colors. It also comes with a lanyard and a stylus, so you have the complete Ducati matching pack. I just like the way that these sort of
it's some expensive. Holy moly.
Yeah, the aluminum mill stuff is always expensive, but it's usually from companies that draw inspiration from, Special Forces apparel or hypercars or,
as used by SEAL Team 6.
No, absolutely. And, they make a really, really high quality product. And the thing with iPhones is they're beautiful, but they're all the same. And you might not want to put a rubber case or something on it that takes away from the appearance of the iPhone, but you do want something that protects it a little bit.
Yeah.
And the aluminum bumpers, whether it's Draco's or somebody else's, is a really nice way to provide a little bit of extra protection, but to change the overall footprint of the phone so it looks a little more distinctive. And Draco in particular, they're a Hong Kong company. They draw on a lot of Asian influences for their designs. There's a lot of curves, and there's a lot of very interesting shapes. And if you are in the lookout for a premium, bumper or a premium sort of a case, they're definitely a nice company to look at, and now, they have a great amount of finishes.
How hard is it to get on? Because I bought an aluminum bumper for my HTC One because I like the iPhone. It was a beautiful phone. I didn't want to hide the design with a case, but it required 2 tiny screws. Taking the case off and on was non-trivial.
Yes, these require 2 tiny screws.
Yeah.
Taking it on and off is non-trivial, and it's not something that, like, if you like to take off your case all the time and you want to change things up a lot, it's probably not for you. But if you're someone who just wants to put something on, you like the look, and you're going to keep it on, then it's a little bit of work to get the screws in or out. And some companies do lever systems where you only have 1 screw or not. It's still a fiddly little screw, so it's something that if you're going to put it on, you're going to want to leave it on there for a while.
I guess that's part of the appeal, is it really becomes integral to the phone.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's not, the reason on the one, you had a dock for the one that I would use in the car, and so I wanted to take the case off, and you're certainly not going to do that while you're driving.
Yeah, this is not for someone who puts a case on and takes it off. And also, if you use really thick media cables or you have some sort of special accessory requirement, you're going to want to check that before you put on one of these cases.
But I do agree they are beautiful. I mean, it really it enhances the phone without hiding its own beautiful design.
People still know you have an iPhone, but they're going to say, oh, my goodness, why does your iPhone look like that?
It has wings. Your iPhone can fly. Leander, I don't know if we told you, but if you have anything you like these days, it could be hardware, it could be software, something that's turning you on, please share it with us. Anything? What are you doing these days besides writing books?
Well, I treated myself. Having finished thing to some Player One speakers from Sonos.
Aren't they great?
Oh my God, I just love them. It's like my favorite products ever, even more than my iPad.
Sonos is so expensive that when they offer a $199 speaker, you sit up and take notice, and they do sound really good.
They sound great. They're so easy to set up. I love to be able to like stream music from all over the world. I like to listen to the radio from London. Turn my kids onto it. I have to give them a proper musical education. So to me, it's very important.
What do you listen to? Radio 4? What do you listen to?
No, Radio 1. Radio 1 Extra. Like a lot of the music. I miss music. I miss British music culture.
Yeah.
It's a way for me to keep in touch with it.
People don't know this, but music was invented in Britain.
Yeah, I know. Not a lot of people know that.
No, not a lot of people know that.
Well, that's the thing I miss the most. There's a lot of things I don't miss about Britain, but the music and being in a music mad place is definitely one of them. And so this is for me, it's very important to be in touch with my roots, my musical
I love
culture.
Sonos. You can use, I didn't know this, but I'm tempted now. If you have a play bar as your sound for your TV, a Sonos play bar, you can use these two ones as surround sound speakers, and it's just very easy to pair them up, and it just works.
I know, that's what impressed me, because it was so easy. You plug them in, and then it detects them, and then it's 2 or 3 button presses to set it up, and it works flawlessly. I mean, there's not many products you get that are that easy to use and are that smart and have been that well thought out.
I'm with you on that. And people look at it and they go, "Oh, it's way too expensive." It's very expensive.
I know, but I buy a component like a year.
That's what I do. I just slowly add. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, it's it's cost hundreds of dollars over the years.
Right.
But the earliest units work just as well, and it is and it's really added value. Every time you add a component, it adds more and more value to the whole thing.
I have Sonos throughout my house now.
Right, me too.
It's
Me too.
amazing. I just love it.
We use it for Talk Mobile. We use Sonos with Songza, thanks to Kevin Mitchell.
Love Songza. Isn't Songza great?
Yeah. They work fantastically well together. Yeah. Every day was a party.
Yeah. So there you go. Now, this is the one thing missing from the Sonos. It drives me nuts. They have Spotify, they have Mog, they have Rdio, but I wish they'd get Google. They have Amazon Music, although it's never worked right for me, but they do not have Google Play Music.
iOS just got it yesterday, Leo. We have to.
That's my pick of the week. Funny that you should mention that. So the iPhone version is out, although I can use it on my iPad just fine. Google Play Music, to me, there's a lot of opinion about what the best music service is, but Google Play Music has a lot of the things I'm looking for. For one thing, I can run the little Google app on my Mac, and it will upload all my songs or check and see if the songs are there and add them to my library. So I think it's free for up to 25,000 songs. I'm right at the limit. And that's awesome. That means my entire library is available streaming on the web, on Android, and now on iOS, which I think is fabulous. They added radio, too. And now, everybody's got different taste about I think it's better than Pandora. I don't know if it's better than iTunes Radio or Spotify or Mog or Rdio. I happen to like it a lot. So you can pick a genre. You can pick an artist. You have recommended stations. They will also take a look at what's in your collection and modify the radio to include more of your collection in it. That's very nice. It is iPhone, so of course on an iPad, it's not exactly the best use of real estate. But I think iPhone apps now on the iPad are a lot better than they used to be on iOS 7. So on the iPad, I'm showing that iPad now. There you go. It kind of looks a little bit, but you've got the Listen Now, which gives you everything in your collection. You've got your actual collection by genre, artist, album, songs. It will pick up your iTunes playlists, so that's kind of nice. These are all playlists that are in my iTunes, but the Google Music widget that you install on your Mac does put all of your playlists into here, which is good. You've got the radio, and of course on the iPad, that means you've got now one of the things that really beats Pandora: skip as many times as you want. There's no limit on skips. There's no limit on the number of stations you can have. Radio means you pick an artist or you pick a genre, and they kind of put a playlist together for you and start playing it. But because you have unlimited skips, you can really tune it. And of course, like iTunes, you can buy music from the Google Play Store. Pretty much, I don't know if they're all 9 million songs, something like that. They're all pretty similar, and I think all the new albums come out on everything, as far as I can tell. And, you know, you see Google's recommendations are pretty good. Lou Reed just passed away, so, of course, they've got a Lou Reed album on here. I'm a fan, and I'm glad that it came out on iOS. I wish Sonos would support it. I'm sure they will. You're right. It's just a matter of time, I guess. But
I'm a fan of Google Music, too. I think it's the music service that I really, really wanted, one that combines a subscription service with suggestions with my actual library all in one app.
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
sort of annoys me that everything else is you have to switch between 3 different apps and you can't really mix these 3 things together. And so I've had the unlimited pass since they first offered it.
Yeah.
And I
What
find
is that?
that
Is it $8 a month? $9 a month?
$8,
$10?
I think it's up to it for new subscribers. I think it's $10 a month. If you jumped in the first 30 days, it was like $8 for life.
We got it for $8. Yeah.
But I mean, so many times I have a playlist that has like sort of different parentage tracks, and after something really is just a must play item for about a month and a half, then I'll go and I'll actually buy it and have it and keep it and love it and call it George. But it's good to have that to not have to say, well, here's a playlist of stuff that I don't own. Here's a playlist of stuff that I actually own. It works great.
It's cross-platform now, which is really good. Of course, because it's on the iOS, you can't buy music from within the app. You have to go to the web to do that because Apple takes 30% and Google doesn't want to do that. By the way, I got to say the speakers on the new iPads, both the Air and the Retina, now are dual speakers, and the quality, I think, is much better than it used to be. That's something that not a lot, I think, been underreported. I really think that.
What I like about it too is that if you hold it on one side, you're no longer blocking the speaker. You don't have to just
It's on the
change your
bottom
grip.
now. Yeah.
You can only block one speaker at a time.
This was invented in England, this music. Like all.
John Barry.
Like all great music. Exactly.
There you go.